Okay, so Dhyāna is a skill, it's a method.
禪定係一個手段一個方法，
Methods are important,
方法咧係好重要嘅。
but methods are just like I think one great Zen master said, it's like if you are pointing, if a finger is pointing at a moon, the finger is the method.
方法雖然係重要，但係正如一位好偉大嘅禪師所講，呢、個指緊月嘅手指咧就唔係最重要，最重要嘅係個月亮。
Now, method, there is countless.
方法咧係有無盡嘅，
And we should really be glad that there is a countless of methods.
我哋其實應該好開心有咁多嘅唔同嘅方法。
If there's only one or two methods, many of us will be, like lost.
如果只係有一個或者兩個方法嘅話咧，咁好多人咧都會覺得冇辦法可以去進行。
Some methods are more universal, the other methods are more exclusive to a certain tradition or a certain, people.
有啲方法咧係大眾可以修嘅，但有啲方法咧就係、只係某啲傳承裏邊、某啲傳統裏邊嘅一啲嘅好少數人先可以做。
And, sometimes we human beings, we are a bit funny, we look at some other people's method and laugh.
我哋人類咧好奇怪，有時我哋見到其他人嘅方法咧，我哋會笑啊。
Remember I said everybody is only talking about the cup, nobody talks about the coffee.
正如我頭先所講啦，個個都喺度討論緊嗰個杯，而冇人咧係去討論嗰啲咖啡。
So for instance, if you go to, let's say Japanese Zen, let's say Soto Zen or Rinzai Zen, the simplicity seems to be like their method.
咁如果係講呢個日本嘅禪咧，無論佢係曹洞宗又好，或者係臨濟宗又好啦，咁佢哋一個特點咧就係佢哋非常之係精簡嘅。
So it's like empty, just one statue, there's one flower hanging there, that kind of Zen.
就係佢哋就算喺啲房間咧，非常之簡潔嘅，可能只係有一個佛像喺度，或者係只係有一盆花喺度。
Now, rush to Kathmandu, Tibetan temple, completely chaotic, like so many. That's what they prefer, so to speak.
但係如果你去到加德滿都嗰啲嘅佛寺咧，你會見到哇好多嘢，非常之混亂啊，非常之多嘅佛像。
And there are traditions that really sort of emphasize more on like sitting.
而有啲嘅傳承咧，有啲傳統咧，佢哋就係非常之強調係靜坐嘅打坐。
But then there are other who emphasize also on chanting.
但係有啲傳統咧，佢哋就好強調呢個念經或者唱誦。
So I guess that's why if you go to something like a Kathmandu, you see a lot of these monks and nuns with the mala, rosary. Whereas if you go to Japan, most of the monks don't really go around with a mala or a prayer wheel. They're all there sitting.
如果你去到加德滿都咧，你見到好多僧尼咧，佢哋都係揸住個念珠喺度念啊。咁但係你去到呢個日本嘅禪寺咧，你就只係見到嗰啲嘅僧侶咧喺度靜坐打坐嘅。
And by the way, it's not just that. Even the images of the Buddha is actually a skill. It's a method.
唔淨止係咁樣，即使係佛陀嘅佛像嗰啲嘅影像咧，亦都係一個嘅善巧方便嚟嘅。
I'm sure the academics here will know very well. I think pre-Ashoka, hardly the Buddhists have any images.
現場有好多學者佢哋都會知道啦，就係喺阿育王嘅時代之前咧，根本上咧係好少有佛像嘅。
People like Mahayana people who reads Vajracchedika Sutra, they say, Buddha said, those who see me as a form, they have a wrong idea. They say stuff like that.
喺大乘嗰啲經典裏邊，譬如《金剛經》裏邊有講咧，就係若以色見我，音聲求我，是人行邪道，不能見如來。
But then, different Buddha appearance also. If you go to Chinese, the Chinese Buddhists are slightly more plummish.
咁而嗰啲佛像嘅形象咧都唔同喎。喺中國嚟講咧，嗰啲佛像咧係比較肥滿啲嘅，飽滿嘅。
And the Indian, I don't know, like a Chola and a Gupta period, the Buddhas have a big shoulder, big chest.
而喺嗰個印度嗰個古查個時代咧，嗰啲佛像咧係個胸係好闊嘅，嗰個肩亦都係好闊嘅。
And then those Greek, probably they're the most ancient Buddha statue maker. They have like long nose, high nose, Gandhara, right? Gandhara.
咁而好古代嘅即係最古嘅佛像咧，佢哋係有高鼻啊、高鼻梁啊，咁樣好似嗰啲希臘人咁。
But these are all methods.
但係呢啲所有嘢都係方便，都係方法嚟嘅。
Now there's one method that we all kind of, all tradition and everyone sort of revere.
但係有一個方法咧，係差唔多所有傳統咧都非常尊敬嘅。
And that is sitting straight.
呢個咧就係即係坐直身打坐。
I think it makes sense.
呢個我覺得亦都係非常之有道理嘅。
I mean, you can do thinking about impermanence and everything is, nothing is really going to satisfy you 100%. All of that, you can do that on a hammock with a martini in your hand. You can. It's not like you cannot.
當然啦，你如果話你去呢個思考或者係呢個修無常苦無我嘅時候，你係揸住杯雞尾酒，咁得唔得咧？都得㗎。
But chances of you falling asleep or getting numbed more is high, especially for the beginners.
咁但係咧，你係變得係麻木或者係變得好有睡意嗰個機會咧，就高咗好多啦。尤其係對於嗰啲初學嘅人嚟講。
So sitting straight is sort of revered.
咁所以咧係差唔多所有傳承咧，所有傳統咧都係好對於呢個正襟危坐係好尊敬。
Not now, but those who wish to explore a little bit on this Dhyāna, I would recommend this.
唔係講而家啦，但係對於嗰啲即係希望更深一步去探討禪定嘅人咧，我相信你哋會，我希望你多做啲呢個打坐。
Okay, so how are we going to do this?
咁而家我哋點樣做咧？
There are so many methods, but I'm going to choose as one specific one tonight.
咁有好多方法嘅，咁今晚咧我會揀其中一個方法。
So let's talk about me, self, I.
嗱，我而家講一講我。
When we say I, me, who are you talking about?
當我哋講我嘅時候咧，究竟我哋係講緊乜嘢咧？
Well, the Buddhists think generally you are talking about four things.
佛教徒話咧，基本上嚟講咧，你係講緊四樣嘢。
Okay, form, feeling,
就係身體感受。
mind,
心。
and well, the Buddhists use the word dharma, but I'm going to use reference for tonight.
同埋第四樣咧就係 Dharma， 即係法。喺今晚咧，我用一個字眼咧，就係呢個叫做參照或者係依據或者係對照對比。
So let me explain. So when you say me,
當我哋講我嘅時候，
when you say the moment when you say me, you are the outermost is the size, the weight, the color, the shape, sort of very vaguely, actually very, very vaguely. You never ever really precisely know your body, even though you think you know.
我哋講到我咧，我哋會有一個形象嘅，即係對於我哋嘅嗰個身體嘅重量啊、大小啊、形狀啊，我哋會有一個好模糊嘅咁嘅概念。但係咧，其實咧，我哋嘅就算係對於自己我咧，呢個認識咧，都唔係非常之確切嘅。
Okay, body. That's a big vessel.
我哋嘅身體呢個係一個好大嘅一個容器。
Let's say like an egg. This is a big shell.
譬如話呢個雞蛋嚟講咧，咁呢個係講緊佢嘅蛋殼。
Okay. Now, more important, but much more subtle is the feeling.
更加重要嘅咧就係嗰個第二樣咧就係嗰個受啦，即係感受。
I mean, your feeling, that's big you.
呢個感受咧，其實係你嘅更加大嘅一個組成部分嚟嘅。
I'm hurt, I'm excited, I'm happy, etc.
我好快樂，我好興奮，或者我受到傷害等等。
I mean, body gets hurt, already painful, but feeling gets hurt, that's like much worse.
身體受到傷害咧，已經係好差好唔掂啦。咁但係如果我哋嘅感情係受到傷害咧，咁啊仲大鑊。
Now, much more you, but much more subtle is mind.
更加係深入嘅咧，更加微細嘅你咧，但係一個更加重要嘅你咧，就係你嘅心啦。
Of course, if you don't have mind, you're just a piece of wood or a piece of, just like stone. You're nothing.
當然啦，如果你冇心，你冇你嘅心咧，咁你係一個死物，你係一個冇感情、冇感受嘅個東西。
Now, even more subtle, even more you is dharma or the reference. Let's use the reference.
更加微細嘅你咧，其實咧就係所謂嘅法呢度有啲人譯做現象啦。Rinpoche呢度講咧就係一個依據或者係對比參照。
So stuff like I am man.
譬如話我係人。
I am not 16 years old.
我唔係16歲。
I don't know, I'm a nurse, I'm a doctor, all these references.
我係一個醫生或者我一個護士，呢啲咧全部都係一啲依據一啲對照嚟嘅。
This is a really big one.
呢個係一個好重要嘅。
We are not going to cover, I don't think we can cover the mind and the reference tonight.
我覺得咧，今晚可能唔會講到好多關於呢個心同埋嗰個第四樣嗰個法。
Briefly, maybe the first and the second.
或者可能會講到少少關於呢個心感受。
Okay, so now talk about your body.
嗱，我哋而家講下你嘅身體。
Now, usually when you think about your body, you think about Zara.
如果你通常咧，你一諗到你嘅身體咧，你就會諗到沙拿。
Or I don't know, Chanel or whatever, doesn't matter.
或者係 Chanel 或者
Or a yoga.
或者係瑜伽。
Or a gym.
或者係去健身。
Or I don't know, Brad Pitt, I don't know, whatever the current, I'm so outdated, so I don't know, whoever is the idol.
我而家已經係比較係冇跟得貼嗰啲潮流咁多。
Blackpink. Right? Yeah, Blackpink. That's what you think. When the moment you think about your body, you think about these.
你一諗到個身嘅時候咧，你又諗到頭先嗰啲嘢啦。
So what does that do?
咁呢個有咩作用咧？
Remember? That makes you numb.
頭先有個提到啦，呢啲嘢咧就令到你麻木麻醉。
That makes you forget anicca, dukkha, and anatta, the three truths that I was talking earlier.
令到你忘記咗無常、苦、無我嗰啲嘅真相。
Then, it's like, actually, it's possible to become like a Blackpink, every one of us. But we will never think that.
其實咧，我哋個個都可以即係成為一個 Blackpink 嘅，咁但係其實我哋都冇咁做。
Even me, if I really, if my ultimate goal is Blackpink body, I just go to Korea and, operate.
即係好似我咁啦，如果我真係我嘅真正嘅目標咧係有一個 Blackpink 咁樣嘅身體咧，我可以去南韓嘅，我可以去南韓做嗰啲整容咪得咯。
And probably I will have a happiness for 1 week.
咁我可能會有一個禮拜會覺得好開心。
But then things will fall apart.
咁但係跟住咧啲嘢就會走樣啦。
When I smile, I'll have to really extra smile.
咁我笑嗰陣時候咧，我要特別
Because
誇張啲嚟笑。
because those plastics don't move easily,
因為啲塑膠咧，即係變到慢慢變到硬咗。
So that's what I mean. So normally when think about the body, we are always thinking this way.
我哋通常一諗到個身體咧，就係諗到呢啲嘢。
Now, let's use Dhyāna.
而家我哋試下用呢個禪定嘅方法。
And let's look at your body.
而去睇，真係去觀察我哋嘅身體。
But I'm not asking you to look at this body like with a light, without a light, a special way. Nothing, none of that, none of that. Light coming, light. I'm not telling you to think of your body in a special way.
我唔係叫你係去諗用某一種特別嘅方法去諗你嘅身體。
Just observe your body.
只係好簡單咁樣去觀察自己嘅身體。
As it is.
佢係點樣就點樣去觀察。
Nothing more, nothing less.
唔加嘢亦都唔減嘢。
1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes every day.
每一日1分鐘或者2分鐘、3分鐘。
Not using a specific, this is how it should be, this is how it should not be.
唔係加上一啲諗法，就係話我身體應該係咁樣嘅，應該係點樣嘅。
Just observing.
只係好純粹咁樣去觀察。
It's quite, we haven't done this. Most of us, we haven't done this.
其實我哋好多人咧都冇曾經咁樣做過。
This is why you are never amused that you have 10 fingers.
所以咧，我哋冇人咧對於自己有10隻手指咧覺得好有趣。
It's actually very funny that we have 10 fingers.
其實我哋有10隻手指係好有趣嘅事。
And 10 toes and stuff like that. Maybe some 11, some like 9. I don't know what.
有啲腳趾，或者有啲人係有11隻，或者有啲人有9隻。
And the nostrils, my goodness, that's like incredible.
而我哋嘅鼻孔咧，其實係好特別嘅嘢嚟嘅。
So just that, just observe.
我哋只係去觀察嘅啫。
I'm not asking you to think about the Buddha or something holy, something compassionate, nothing.
唔使去諗一啲佛陀啊，或者佛陀，或者一啲聖者啊，或者係好慈悲啊等等嘅嘢。
That's how you have to begin.
開始嘅時候你就應該咁做嘅。
Just observing the body.
只係好純粹咁樣去觀察自己嘅身體。
What does this do? This will make you face to face the body.
咁樣有咩作用咧？咁樣就能夠令到你真係面對面咁樣去，即係對住你自己嘅身體。
If you are face to face with your body, without any judgment,
如果你能夠面對你自己嘅身體，冇任何嘅裁判啦，或者係判斷，
without any reference such as Blackpink,
冇任何嘅對照或者參考，例如嗰個 Blackpink 啦，
then at the least it should really sort out the bulimia problem. I don't know what it is, bulimia. How do you know? Bulimic. Some people eat a lot and then vomit everything, kind of, things like that, or overeating or not eating.
咁至少咧，你能夠咧，即係解決咗一啲即係太過為食多食嘅困難。
And you will not be proud of your body.
你唔會話對自己嘅身體感覺到好自豪，
You will also not be ashamed of your body.
但係亦都唔會覺得係好羞恥。
You will be confident with your body.
你對自己嘅身體咧會有自信。
Confidence with your body is much, much better than 100,000 Chanel lipsticks.
對自己嘅身體有自信咧，好過1萬支個 Chanel 嘅口唇膏。
Not only you are confident when you walk in here, there with your ease with your body, people will be also charmed by you because you are not insecure. Your eyes is not rolling up and down.
咁如果你對自己身體有自信嘅話咧，同埋咁唔淨止係你自己係覺得係好舒適，而見到你嘅人咧，亦都會感受到你嗰個魅力嘅，因為你係冇咗一種嘅不安全感。
Okay, but this is not our main goal.
但呢個唔係我哋嘅真正嘅目標嚟嘅。
Our main goal is to see the anicca, the uncertainty of the body.
我哋嘅目標咧係去真係睇到呢個無常
The
同埋苦，
dukkha, or the sort of the anxiety of the body,
我哋嘅身體嘅對於我哋嘅身體嘅嗰種苦同埋嘅焦慮，
and the selflessness of the body.
同埋我哋嘅身體嘅無我，即係冇一個真實嘅實性。
And I think those who are seasoned, you are doing a lot of practices and you are doing many other things. But for those who are just newly walked in today, and if you are curious about these, I highly suggest do this.
當然咧，在座咧有好多人咧都係老修行啦，佢哋有好多自己嘅法去做。但係咧有啲新嘅朋友咧，佢可能會覺得好有興趣，好好奇。咁我會係非常之推薦頭先我講呢種好簡單嘅咁樣嘅禪定嘅方法。
And usually you will also, okay, just observe body, and then what? You might want to ask this. No, then what? Just keep on.
咁有啲人就會問啦，咁啊淨係咁觀察，咁又點咧？觀察完之後點咧？咁寧波姐話答案咧就係你呢個繼續去做就得啦。
Okay, I think quickly, then we do the feeling.
嗱咁跟住好快咧，我哋係講關於嗰個受感受。
And I think for the beginners, you can also start with the feeling or the sensation of the body also.
對於啲新人嚟講咧，佢哋亦都可以去做關乎自己嘅身體嘅感受嘅觀察。
There has to be a sensation right this very moment.
而家呢一刻咧，我哋都可以感受到我哋嘅身體嘅一種嘅感覺。
Just observing that.
你只要需要去觀察下。
And then gradually,
咁漸漸咧，
when you are depressed or when you are excited, just watching that.
如果你係好興奮啊，或者你係好沮喪嘅時候咧，你亦都就係觀察。
When you are depressed, do not look for a solution.
當你沮喪嗰陣時候咧，你唔好去尋求一啲嘅解決方案，
Just look at the depression.
而係直接咁樣去觀察住，
Observe and observe.
係一而再咁去觀察住呢個嘅嗰個沮喪嘅感
If,
覺。
yeah, maybe it will take a few months. And if you just keep on being stubborn and observe, your sadness, depression, anxiety, it will unfold to something.
如果你能夠堅持幾個月持續咁樣去觀察對於自己嗰種嘅悲哀沮喪或者係焦慮，對佢進行觀察嘅話咧，咁你會發覺咧係會有一啲新嘅嘢你係睇得到嘅。
Yeah. Usually when we think about a feeling, then we are always thinking about, like a relationship, social media, some sort of a way to numb. But here is the opposite.
當我哋講到感受嘅時候咧，我哋會想到人際關係啦，嗰啲嘅社交平台啦，咁樣嗰啲嘢係令到我哋麻木嘅嘢。但係喺呢度咧，我哋唔係做嗰啲嘢，我哋啱相反嘅。
Okay. Sorry, it has been really long-winded. Somehow it ended up becoming quite long. I'm going to, I think, wrap this here.
可能咧講得比較長咗啦，咁而家或者我總結一下。
I would suggest if those who wants to do it short.
我會建議咧，如果有啲朋友咧，佢係想跟住呢個方法去做嘅話咧，我會建議你咧係每一次做咧係短啲時間。
I'm talking about 2-3 minutes.
可能係2-3分鐘。
Even if you want to impress your friend doing 1 hour, don't do it.
即係你想做長啲時間1個鐘頭咁嚟到令到你嘅即係威俾你啲朋友睇咧，我建議你唔好。
Especially if you're a beginner.
尤其係如果你係一個初學者。
But be consistent.
但係咧，希望你能夠堅持時咁做。
The worst is doing some sort of a vipassana for 9 days and then never do it for 2 years.
如果你係譬如話去做內觀咁樣，做9日嘅內觀，咁跟住做完之後2年乜都唔做咧，呢個就唔多好啦。
If you do it every day, maybe 2-3 minutes.
如果你每一日能夠做2-3分鐘。
What will happen is you will then taste the taste of what they call samadhi.
如果你堅持咁做嘅話咧，你會係能夠品嚐到呢個三摩地呢個定嘅呢個味道。
And then once you reach that, you will always be looking for this taste.
係有咁樣嘅經驗嘅話咧，你會時常咧係想能夠得返呢一種咁樣嘅經驗。
Moment you have a spare time, you will want to taste that.
你一有空閒嘅時間咧，你就會想去做呢個禪修而得到呢個定。
So, I think this is very, very, what do you call it? I was trying to make it more practical, sort of just very brief introduction to Dhyāna.
我只係希望咧能夠做一個對於呢個禪定咧做一個係好簡單嘅介紹，同埋介紹一啲好容易做嘅實踐嘅方法。
But I want to really tell you this. Let's make it a little broader.
但係我希望咧能夠令佢更加係廣闊一啲。
I will consider those of you here who goes to temple. You do not sit. You do not think about everything what I just said. You offer an incense and think, I like to really actualize Dhyāna. This act I will consider as a Dhyāna.
咁就係咧，就如果你哋將來咧係去一個寺廟嗰陣時候咧，我唔係要求你哋去嗰度打坐，而係話你去到寺廟，你係去供一支香，咁而你供香嗰陣時候咧，你會係諗住希望咧能夠真係能夠經驗到或者係體驗到呢個禪定。咁呢一樣嘢咧，我已經係覺得係一種嘅禪定嘅行為。
Okay, so maybe we will have maybe something like 5 questions. Yeah.
我哋可以問幾個問題。
And I think I heard there's some questions from outside.
我聽
Okay.
到好似有啲人係外
Okay,
邊
shall we
Zoom 嗰
shall we
度有
begin?
問問題。
Okay.
Hello, Rinpoche. First question is, nowadays there's many lectures about Buddhism and also the meditation in the market, especially during these 2 years. So for us, especially for the Buddhadharma students, how to make a choice, which lecture, which class should we take? Because the time actually is kind of limited, but actually every day we have so many information of the different classes and lectures. So could you give some suggestion? How to make choice is the best way for us?
If you are beginners, you should watch all. Just fast forward. Wherever you are bored, just fast forward. I'm serious.
But the time is limited.
Well, yes, but I think you'll have to bump into one that you will be hooked. So until then, you should just go through. And then one day, there will be something that will really, karmic link, they call it, that may happen.
So even already have guru, so also need to listen to different teachers or gurus.
No, you don't have to, but sometimes we do because we like to see what some people are saying. Okay.
咁仁波切嗰個答案就話咧，你可以睇晒佢哋嘅，你可以呢個用呢個快啲嘅，即係睇快啲咁樣嚟到睇晒所有呢啲節目咁最終咧，你都會可能會揾到一個同你係有宿世姻緣嘅上司就算你係有師傅，你已經有師傅咧，但係好多人咧，佢都仍然係想睇下人哋做咗啲乜嘢咧咁。
Okay. Yeah. Whoever has the mic, please.
Okay, Rinpoche, thanks for your talking. So I'd like to ask one question is that when you said there's a taste of Dhyāna, and you also talk about the body, mind, and feeling Dhamma. So when you talk about the taste, so this is the taste from the body, from the feeling, the mind, or the Dhamma?
Okay.
個問題係頭先 Rinpoche 有講到呢個禪修嘅味道，亦都講到身體啦、自己嘅心啦同埋個感覺。咁其實Rinpoche講味道嘅時候，究竟咧係問緊個身咧，抑或個心，抑或自己嘅感覺嘅味道咧
Okay. This is important question.
呢個問題都好重要嘅。
In Tibetan, we call it samtenji ro, meaning the taste of samadhi.
喺西藏咧，我哋就話咧係呢個三摩地定嘅一種嘅味道，禪味啊。
Okay. I'll give you a very crude example, okay?
我俾一個好粗淺嘅例子。
What is the main purpose of Dhyāna?
究竟禪定修禪定個目的係乜嘢咧？
Main purpose of Dhyāna is really to topple, to destroy the duality.
佢嘅主要嘅目的咧，就係要去毀滅嗰啲嘅意取分別。
Right, wrong, bad, good, all that.
就係嗰啲好壞對錯等等。
This duality is so tiring and exhausting.
呢個分別心咧係令到我哋非常之疲累嘅。
Okay, now I'm not promoting alcohol here.
我而家唔係話要去鼓勵你哋去飲酒，
But I have to give you some sort of a crude example.
但係我只係能夠舉一啲好粗淺嘅例子。
Why do people drink?
點解啲人要飲酒呢？
Why do they like this tipsy feeling?
點解佢哋覺得即係中意個輕飄飄咁樣嘅感覺呢？
They like this sort of very, very, very fake non-duality.
佢其實咧就係中意咗一種好假嘅呢個無分別嘅一種咁樣嘅感覺。
A little bit of a, couldn't care less.
好似即係無憂無慮咁樣。
You become more bold.
你會係好似變得更加有膽量。
You are afraid of, you are less afraid.
冇咁害怕。
You don't really have too much of burden of being good, which many, I think, Chinese society suffers.
你唔使即係咁緊張自己係一個好人咧，呢個係一個中國社會裏邊一個嘅特別嘅一種嘅負擔嚟。
So this is why we do this, right?
所以我哋係咁做嘅。
Now, multiply this 1 million times.
嗱，將頭先嗰種嘅感覺咧，就係成大100萬倍，
Without needing to buy alcohol,
而唔需要去買酒飲，
without needing to become addicted to a substance.
唔需要係對某種東西上咗癮。
Some sort of a sense of, like, I don't know, yeah, boldness.
呢種好似係一種咁樣嘅好有膽量咁樣嘅一種感覺。
Not that worried about being good,
唔需要擔心話要去做好人，
but of course not also like upsetting everybody by being bad.
當然亦都唔係要去做個壞人，去令所有人都即係覺得唔開心咯。
And also in the past, maybe you are so obsessed with things.
過往咧，你可能係對於某啲嘢咧係好緊張嘅，
Like you have to iron your underpant.
譬如你底褲都要燙嘅。
Now maybe you don't even wash it for a few days.
而家你哋甚至咧可能幾日都唔使嘅。
You know what I'm saying? So that kind of relaxed sort of, I don't know, couldn't carelessness is maybe is a sort of a mediocre example for this taste I'm talking about.
即係呢種咁樣嘅好放鬆，好似冇咩顧慮嘅咁樣嘅感覺咧，呢個就係我哋而家所講呢個嗰個禪味嘅一個好簡單嘅一個好粗淺嘅一個例子嚟。
Yeah, so then, okay, but the next one, whoever has the, please.
Hi, Rinpoche.
Yes.
So I think just now you have mentioned the third truth, which is about selfless. I found that a bit crash to the concept of the Buddha nature, like Buddha reference. So, as you said, like everything is selfless, but what about the nature itself, like the Buddha nature itself?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I just feel a little bit confused.
Okay.
問題係咧，頭先仁波切講第三個真理，咁咧就係關於呢個無我嘅。咁呢位同學就覺得有一個好大嘅衝擊啊！佢話對於呢個佛法，如果咧每一樣嘢都係無我嘅話，咁佛法係咪咁佛法又點咧？係咪無我咧？佛性係咪無我咧？
This is important question again.
呢個亦都係好重要嘅問題。
Yeah. So many extensive study on this.
其實咧，以往咧亦都有好多人係研究過呢個問題。
Buddha nature, Tathagata Garbha is a label.
佛性如來藏咧，佢係一個標籤。
And it's a very, very, very carefully crafted label.
佢亦都係一個非常之小心咁樣去製造出嚟嘅一個標籤嚟嘅。
So many people involved trying to sort of define this.
有好多人咧係牽涉係去定義呢個佛性。
Okay. This is also a little complicated question, by the way.
其實呢個問題咧係有少少複雜。
So I'm going to give you my standard example I usually give.
咁我會俾一個我通常講嘅一個標準答案。
See, like when you are reading Heart Sutra,
咁當你念心經嘅時候，
there's a lot of mention of shunyata. No this, no that, no eyes, no nose, no this, no Buddha, you know.
咁又講好多關於空性嘅嘢，譬如話無眼耳鼻舌身意啊，無乜無物啊咁樣。
But this no is actually not negation no.
咁但係呢個無咧，並非一個否定嘅意思嘅。
Shunya, the word shunya. By the way, the Indians, they're very proud that they came up with the word zero, right?
咁呢個空性呢個字咧，就係、其實咧，嗰啲印度人咧係對於佢哋嗰個靈咧，呢、個創造出靈咧係好自豪嘅。
It's very difficult to translate this word shunya.
Shunya 呢個所謂空呢個字咧係好難翻譯嘅。
In the Tibetan, they translate it as a tongpa ni. And this tongpa, okay, but ni, this word ni it has everything.
但係西藏文咧，佢哋個翻譯空性咧，咁而呢個性咧，佢係好重要嘅，係佢包含所有嘅嘢。
So how do you talk about something that is yes and no both together? You know?
咁你點樣去描述一樣嘢？佢係同時又係，同時亦都係唔係嘅咧？
So it's a bit like this, like a rainbow. It's there, but it's also not there.
就好似彩虹咁樣，嗰度有彩虹，但係咧實際亦都冇一樣真實嘅嘢。
So there is a scholar called Nagarjuna. Many of you, I'm sure, you have heard.
咁有一位嘅學者咧，佢係那個中南龍樹菩薩，我相信大家都會認識。
Maybe his commentary is more on it's not there.
佢嘅解釋咧就比較偏向於解釋咧嗰度係冇嘢。
And Asanga or Maitreya, they're talking about the same thing, the rainbow, but their interpretation is more that it's there.
而呢個無著菩薩咧，佢嘅解釋咧，佢就係比較偏向於嗰種嘅顯現，好似呢個彩虹，我哋講緊都係彩虹。
So basically what I'm saying is the Nagarjuna people will use the word shunyata more, and Asanga people will use the Buddha nature more. I mean, Tathagata Garva more, the word.
咁所以咧，龍樹個系統咧就會比較多啲會用呢個空或者空性，而無著菩薩佢哋咧就會係多啲會講如來藏或者係佛性。
So it's not really a self.
咁而家呢啲嘢咧，都唔係話講緊有一個真實的一個我嘅。
Okay.
There are some questions from online
Okay.
regarding observing our feelings. So you said to observe difficult feelings like depression or anxiety rather than trying to find a solution. So how do we keep afloat and separate ourselves from the experience and prevent ourselves from sinking and spiraling out of control? Are our feelings separate from our mind?
頭先Rinpoche有講到，我哋咧係要去睇住觀照住我哋嗰啲好辛苦痛苦嘅感受。咁咧，例如我哋嘅焦慮啊，或者緊張，咁點樣可以令到我哋喺嗰嗰啲咁嘅感受上面咧係浮，而唔係咧沉咗落去咧？我哋點樣去將我哋嘅感受同我哋嘅心分開咧？
Yeah, a little bit of patience is required now.
我哋係需要一啲耐性嘅。
I know we live in a culture, we live in a time where there's lots of Panadols, you know.
當然啦，我哋呢個時代咧係有好多即係止痛藥，
quick fix.
一啲係特效嘅，好快令到你痛苦消失嘅藥。
I understand that just observing the sort of sadness, and probably may like just few days may not do the job, but they should be really persistent.
頭先我話咧，睇住我哋嗰種嘅悲傷，咁如果你係淨係做幾日咧，可能咧都冇乜效果嘅，你係需要堅持咁去做。
Yes, if they could just put a little more effort in just observing.
如果你能夠即係俾多少少嘅功夫咧，嚟到去做呢個觀察。
But when you do just the observing, there are few other obstacles will arise.
咁但係咧，如果你做呢個觀察嘅時候咧，就可能會有啲障礙會生起嘅。
When you do just the observing, the feeling is still so strong, right? The sadness, the depression is so strong, but you are still observing, and the part of you want to just fix it. That is one of the problem. So please try not to fix it.
咁當然，當你係去觀察自己嘅感受嘅時候，譬如你有一個好強嘅悲傷嘅感覺啦，咁如果你係去觀察佢，或者堅持去觀察佢，但係咧做得咁上下咧，你會發覺咧，你內心咧就好想去搞掂嗰件事，或者搞掂嗰個感覺。咁呢樣嘢咧就係你個障礙。
The bigger problem, there's another one.
咁另外一個更加大嘅一個障礙咧，
Sometimes when we observe, actually the sadness dissipates.
就係咧你做下觀察嗰陣時候，你發覺嗰個悲傷個感覺冇咗喎，消失咗。
Then you get excited.
咁你就覺得好興奮啦！
Then you will think, I did it.
我搞掂咗啦！
That's even more dangerous.
呢樣仲危險添。
So what do you call it? I don't know. No giving yourself an award.
咁咧就你唔使俾自己一個獎牌嘅。
Just simply, and then of course also, it's very boring.
咁同時咧，你都可能會感覺到係好悶啊，好單調沉悶。
Yeah. So you will have to really learn to love the boredom.
咁咧，你要對於呢個單調沉悶咧，你要學識點樣去欣賞佢。
That's why I'm suggesting 3 minutes. And please don't tell me you don't have 3 minutes.
所以我會建議你哋即係做3分鐘，你唔好話俾我聽，連3分鐘都冇。
You do have 3 minutes.
你有3分鐘嘅。
Okay. Two more and then we'll finish.
There's another question online. A lot of students in mainland China would like Rinpoche to explain a little bit more about observing the body. Do you mean literally take our clothes off and look at our body?
好多網上嘅學生咧，中國大陸嘅同學想請教寧波車，當我哋去觀照我哋嘅身體嘅時候，係咪即係代表我哋係除咗件衫去睇自己個身體咧？
That could help actually.
可能咁做都有幫助嘅。
But I think more importantly, just sitting and just acknowledging the body.
咁我覺得咧，但係咧比較重要嘅咧，就係你真係只係坐直喺度咧，去觀察自己嘅身體。
Okay, whole day today. Today, whole day.
我哋今日全日。
How many of you have thought about your body? Tell me.
你哋有幾多人曾經真係諗自己嘅身體？
I know you shed many times. I know you drank many times. I know you talked many times. But how many of you have thought about your body? Just for even a minute.
我知你哋係有講過好多關於自己身體，或者有好多個動作啦，但係實際上你哋有冇觀察過自己嘅身體咧？
That's all we are talking about. Just observing, acknowledging.
我哋只係講緊呢樣嘢咧，就只係真係好簡單咁樣，好直接咁樣去觀察自己嘅身體。
Okay, one more, and then we will end here.
講多一條問題。
Okay. Yes, please. Yes.
Thank you. I have an important question that
Okay.
that after we know that everything is impermanent, right? Then love is impermanent. So I really want to know, how do you think about love? Does there true love really exist? Thank you.
Is there true love exist?
Yes.
I see.
What is true love?
一個非常之重要嘅問題啦。如果所有事情都係無常，而愛都係無常嘅話咧，咁愛係乜嘢咧？真愛會係咪呢個世界係真愛嘅咧？
This is really important. Really.
呢個真係好緊要嘅，真嘅。
No, I'm serious. And actually, we should all love others, and we should all be loved by others. We should.
我哋應該咧即係愛別人，亦都應該係被別人所愛。
And anyway, when the love comes, nothing can stop you.
當個愛係嚟到嘅時候咧，冇任何嘢可以阻擋你。
When the karmic wind blows, it doesn't matter. You could be sitting here in Hong Kong, your lover will be in Bolivia or in Peru, something will just happen.
當個熱風真係嚟吹嚟嘅時候咧，就算你係喺香港，但係你嗰個愛人咧喺玻利維亞或者係喺秘魯咧，呢個咧都冇辦法阻擋你嘅。
And here, my earlier, what I said about like anicca, like impermanence, what you just said, it's just so good for love.
頭先我講到嗰個無常呢一個真相咧，對於呢個愛情嚟講咧，其實亦都係好有關係。
If you are looking at your lover with this may be the last time you are looking at.
如果你係對住你個愛人，你望住佢嘅時候咧，你個心係諗住呢個可能係我最後一次望到佢啦。
I think you'll be more open-minded.
咁我相信咧，你會係更加有開放嘅態度。
I don't know, but you'll be more forgiving even if he have chewed a raw garlic.
即係如果佢係啱係食過嗰啲蒜頭咧，你都會原諒佢。
And because of this training, next day your lover is looking at someone else, you are already quite prepared.
所以你經由咁樣嘅訓練咧，就算明天咧你個愛人咧去睇其他嘅人咧，你都會可以接受到。
And because you are prepared and you are confident, he becomes little insecure.
咁因為你係已經準備好，而且你係好有自信咧，咁反而咧你嗰個愛人咧佢會變得冇乜安全感咯。
This is the best way. This is the art of the game, isn't it?
呢個咧就係呢個遊戲嘅藝術咧，係咪？
It's really. I think this is. Basically, as long as there's an illusion of self and we are attached to this illusion of self, but there's always going to be this something called love.
基本上咧，我哋係有一個我呢個咁樣嘅幻想咧，同埋我哋係執住呢個對呢個幻想有所執着嘅話咧，就會有所謂嘅愛啦。
And then if it is coming towards you, let it come.
咁當個愛係嚟到嘅時候咧，就由得佢嚟啦。
And no need to be too worried about it.
唔使咁擔心嘅。
Because love is also it involves a lot of surrender.
咁而愛咧，其實咧亦都係好需要能夠係去一種嘅有一個犧牲自己嘅一個成分嘅。
And yeah, even though you love the most to somebody, I don't know, the complete surrender is difficult for human beings.
即係喺愛嚟講咧，即係對人類能夠要係完全咁樣去犧牲咧，係好難嘅。
Because you can always say, oh, I really love you and I surrender to you, but is he or she really doing this much? So there's all that kind of negotiation.
即係譬如話你好唔愛一個人，你話我可以完全臣服於你或者為你犧牲嘅，咁但係咧，你會諗對方會唔會對我同樣咁樣諗法咧？
So with this very auspicious word, love, we will conclude this time. I'm sorry it has been a bit too long.
咁喺呢個咁吉祥嘅一個詞語愛喺呢度咧，我哋就終結今晚嘅講座。
I pray and have aspiration that you will have a lot of love.
我祈禱咧。